I'm Chris Rowan, and I'm really interested in two types of startups right now, especially. They're both hot, AI startups and deep tech startups, and they're both hard, but they're different. And I want to dig into how they're different and what it means for the prospects and the strategy in these different areas. AI startups live and develop in a jungle. There are so many ideas and so many people chasing those ideas that product differentiation, finding a place in the sun, getting enough traction that you can start to grow, is at the center of the challenge. Sometimes not so hard in terms of fundamental science, but challenging in terms of product market fit and building something that stands out. Sometimes also difficulty in recruiting the strong team that you need because of all of the demand for talent right now. In deep tech, on the other hand, it's life in a desert. Technical feasibility is hard. Not many people can do it. You need more money, more time, more operational discipline. You need to handle uncertainty in this desperate search for the water that it takes to build these things. You still have classic startup demands like you need to keep an eye on where you're going to satisfy the customer focus. You need to know when to pivot and how to balance proving the technical feasibility and building the whole product that really satisfies a specific customer's complete product needs so they can deploy it. But let's look at how the dynamics of these two work. Deep tech is domains like circuits and semiconductors, advanced materials, nanostructures, quantum, nuclear, space, high performance computing, foundation technologies in AI, the frontier models of large language models, is clearly deep tech, as well as advanced algorithms in information coding and crypto. They share common characteristics: a deep scientific basis. They rely heavily on technical expertise. They represent difficult prototyping and debug problems, but they often serve myriad applications where they can have fundamental effects on the whole ecosystem around them. And in some ways, it's actually easier to draw people in, to inspire people, even though it may be harder to get to customer solutions because of this need to mix both scientific expertise and customer applicability. And these operate across a spectrum of risk. At the lowest risk end are the software problems, and lots of AI fits into that area. But as we get deeper, we get into fundamental algorithms and frontier AI. We get into novel circuits and big chips and processors. And as we get closer and closer to fundamental science, we're talking about new materials, new energy sources, new manufacturing processes. When you actually get all the way out to fundamental science, you're beyond the realm of startups usually. That's the work of academics and industrial research labs. When we look at where the AI opportunities are, there's still deep tech at the bottom of the pile. GPU chips and new computing models and new frontier models for artificial general intelligence are clearly deep tech. Lots of money, very specialized teams, lots of time to get it right. But on top of that is built a rapidly growing and enormously fruitful value chain. First, horizontal of computing services and tools and development services and horizontal agent services, and up into vertical application solutions built for very specific niches, places where you can find a spot in the sun, whether it's legal or HR or retail or healthcare, there are so many applications. And what we're seeing is this explosion in the number of AI solutions from startups and established companies, as essentially the entire software value chain of the planet is being retooled around the power of AI. So these are the very interesting real problems that I spend my time thinking about. And I've built a new intensive startup bootcamp course for entrepreneurs and those interested in the heavy duty entrepreneurship of deep tech and AI and related fields. It's 15 live sessions, lectures, expert interviews, stories from the front lines, and my experience as 15 years as a tech CEO. It runs in November into December, and I encourage you to take a look at the course website and consider registering. Thanks.